when people get into the UFC, it seems like on average is like
Mhm.
around like 28, 26,
Yeah.
somewhere
Yep.
in the 28 to 30 range.
Yep.
Is it the mileage that makes people have to stop, or is it just age? Because if you think of like how long his career is, by that point, the average person that gets into the UFC would be like, he's like 40 in like a normal fighter's career.
I see what you're saying.
Because being 20 and then he's like 32 now?
Yeah.
So he's young still in like
Yeah.
UFC years, but he's already been fighting like 12 years.
And I think he's the one thing Max has always done throughout his career, once he's made it to the UFC, is not spar. Yeah, he like does not spar. Which I was like, man, this guy is really ahead of his time. And he said he brought back sparring just for Justin Gaethje because he knew where he would have to go in a fight like that. So
which was true.
Which was true. And it made me realize like he's very far ahead of his time. And for him at that young age to be like, what do you mean I can't spar? Because like us guys who are, we're 23, 24, like I'd want to spar like every day, every other day. Like, that's just what I would do. So it's like for him to have a team around him and for him to listen or make the decision, hey, I'm going to pull back on sparring because he did get in at such a young age, just shows like how smart he is. Yeah. And he could fight till, who knows,
Like 36, 38.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some great fights. I don't think he's taken a ton of damage.
Except for Poirier 2.
Yeah. That was insane. That was insane. And
testament to his chin though too. Probably helps that he doesn't do a lot of that.
Man, sparring. And I was actually thinking about that fight. He looked on a physicality wise much puttier and kind of just like I wouldn't say he's soft, but just softer in that fight versus he did versus Gaethje. When he got on the scale versus Gaethje, I was like, ooh. I was like, this isn't the 155 we saw him when he fought Poirier the second time. When he fought Poirier the second time, he was just not as athletic. It looked like in his body type. For Gaethje, I was like, dude, this dude showed up. He did everything right.
I was amazed though how well he handled the volume of Poirier in that fight though.
Yeah.
Because he was getting rocked left and right. And even in those last rounds, dude, he didn't look any really different than round 2.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like connecting as flush because obviously he had that issue with his eye. But he didn't look like it hardly affected him at all. Yeah. It was wild.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's a crazy one. And that is a moment in history too with Dustin pointing it back.
Yeah.
I think that might I know Holloway did it one other time before that.
Yeah.
But that's the one that sticks out to me. Like this one's a dog fight.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a dog fight. I think people would want to see a third dog fight where they're almost getting better as time goes on. Like,
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So now Poirier's fighting for the title. If he wins that, and then if Max fights Ilya and wins, then it's like, dude, you make that fight happen. That's a
double champ.
Yeah, bro. Like just